Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and greetings. How are you all doing? Can we do a quick sound check, please? Okay, just comment clear if you can hear me. All right, so that I can know that everything's okay. Because today's setup is slightly different. Instead of doing it from the office, I'm at home. Okay, in a short while, I'll let you know why. I'll do it clear. Okay, if all good, loud and clear. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the responses. Okay, so once again, welcome to another weekly Facebook Live session. And today is just me, Afnan. Unfortunately, Mr. Fred's not able to join today because he's not feeling well. So I'm doing this live alone from my house in my own room. So, Mr. Fred, I wish you speedy recovery. Now, I would like to know how is everyone doing? We're now reaching the end of October. Just in general, maybe your life, your routine, trading, perhaps. Uh, if you're talking about the news, I can see that they're all just the media is just focusing on the elections. This party's preparing this party's preparing this. You know, the usual thing. So all this, of course, it will affect the market and traders and investors' sentiment. Right. As for myself, of course, being defensive is one of the decisions to make as a trader, but that doesn't mean that we cannot monitor the market. Surely there will be some movement up and down in this kind of market. So what we're going to do is to just stand by and react early when something happens. Okay, so let me check the audience. Loud and clear, clear. Hi, Angeline. Hi, Lionel, Alex, Lizelle, and everyone. All right. So now that everyone's ready, we shall proceed with today's talk. Before I begin, I have to read out to you this disclaimer. As usual, this talk is for information and educational purposes only and should not be construed as a solicitation to buy or sell any of the stocks mentioned herein. The speakers or his staff may have positions in some of these stocks. Okay, so for today's content, it'll be on market outlook, the usual. We're going to look at how the KLCI is doing, and then the FBMM SCAP as well, and then some stocks in general, just to have some kind of information about the market's performance for today. Then it will be followed by how the TAD system work, and then we will go to stocks to watch with the TAD system, but this time instead of on PowerPoint slide, we're going to go to the SI station so that we can have interaction a bit with the charts. After that, we'll go to the Q&A. If you have any questions, of course, you can leave it in the comments section. I'll answer them from time to time. If I can answer it on the spot, I'll just answer there. Otherwise, wait until the end, the Q&A session. So, as of 12:30 today, gainers were 433, losers 318. Not bad. KLCI is currently up by 5.6 points at 1,450, and turnover is less than a billion. Okay, so not so active, but still in this kind of market today we have more gainers than losers. So proceeding with the market outlook for today, we'll start off with the KLCI. So the KLCI overall, let's see first, starting from this period of time. So previously, there was a channel here, the resistance and support. Okay, so resistance was around here. It was unable to break above. What happened was it broke below. So support was broken with a down gap, in fact, as you can see. All right. Then when it went lower, it also broke the the previous low over here. So both this support and this support was broken. Okay, but and then what happens after that? Okay, after it was broken, it rebounded slightly and then broke down further. And at this point, there was actually a bearish flag, if you can see. Okay, so with that, in terms of chart pattern, we technically expected it to go lower, right? Possibly to our previously projected lower support around 1,364. But what happened after that? Did it hit? Okay, it did not. And in fact, recently, KLCI has been rebounding. So you can see, after it went lower, it went up again to fill the down gap here, which is some a sign of strength. Okay, and then this previous support, now it's a resistance. So this can be the next resistance to be tested. All right, and also in terms of Fibonacci, if you can see, the 38.2% has been breached. Now it's currently resting around the 50%. So we are there at the moment. Other than that, I can see that this old support, now resistance, which was also a down gap, it coincided with the 61%, this red line here, of the Fibonacci retracement. So Fibonacci is telling us that the index has a chance to test this resistance area over here. Okay, so what else is there? So if you look here, based on this trend line, okay, why we say it's not uptrend? First of all, uptrend, by definition, it is higher highs and higher low. So right now over here, we still can't see any higher high and higher low formation. All we can see right now is just one straight line going up. So for one reason, because of that, that's why we say it's just a rebound at the moment. Okay, other than that, if we look at this trend line over here, this downtrend line, the index is yet to break above this trend line. So that's another reason why we say it's just some rebound at the moment. All right, so in short, KLCI is currently in a rebound. If in the future, if it can form higher low and then higher high, okay, that can be an uptrend. But until that happens, we'll just stick with the rebound view. So in summary, we can say that KLCI slight improvement after the dissolution of Parliament a few weeks ago. All right, so the thing about indices is that, especially the KLCI, they don't tell us the whole picture or the exact picture of how the market is doing. So this is why you have to understand, not just remember, if this happens, what it means and all, but you have to know and understand how the index works and so on. For an example, the KLCI consists only of 30 stocks, okay, to in a way form a benchmark to represent how the stock market is doing, okay, how the health of our market is doing. All right, so because it's only consists of 30 stocks, it can give us some picture to a certain extent, but sometimes it can also be misleading. So for example, the KLCI, the stocks inside them are huge caps, and not all of us are inside those stocks. In fact, without realizing, when we trade, a lot of us are actually in the mid and small cap stocks category. So do we have an index for this? And actually, we do. So that's why, after looking at the KLCI, just to get some picture of what's going on, we can look at the FBMM SCAP to give us a slightly better picture of how the stock market is doing. So this one, just very quickly, we're going to look at this. Currently, it's still consolidating, if you can see, after a downtrend here. then price rebounded here. It formed a small channel over here, unable to break out, and then eventually just broke down the support here. And then this support seems to be holding for now. And in fact, recently, just like the KLCI, it has been rebounding. So this tells us that in certain small and mid-cap stocks, there have been some strength recently. And if we look at the RSI over here, we can see currently it is above 50. And RSI is the momentum oscillator. More useful in a sideways market like this. So if we look at RSI and it says 50, then that means this index has a slight bullish bias. Okay, so KLCI is currently showing some rebound. FPMM SCAP is showing some bullish bias. So that means the market is indeed just doing slightly better. Not an uptrend, just temporary momentum. Okay. Then again, we can actually dissect further, not just by looking at this index. We can look at the performance of individual stocks. But the problem here is that in the KLSE, there are over 1,000 counters, and it can be very difficult to check each counter individually by yourself. So that's why some people, they like to have extra eyes. They join certain Telegram groups or Facebook group to share views or trading ideas, just for them to know out of the 1,000 stocks, which 10 or 20 or 30 stocks that they can put inside their watch list to monitor. So to do this, of course, you'll need a software to do scanning, or if you don't have, you need to have to find a way to have a system for you to filter out stocks that are good, between stocks that are good and stocks that are bad. Okay, and as for us from F1 Academy, we use this TAD system. So let me just do a quick recap on this, or how the TAD system works and how we're going to use it in the market. So the TAD, in short, it is actually a buy on breakout system and a trend following system. So visually, it is to display 3 green arrows to signal a bullish, okay, for a particular stock. So the 3 green arrows, they come from 3 indicators. So the first one is the duck. So we want to have a green arrow here, and then another one in the atom. So at this point, we have 2 green arrows already, but we need 3. But this 3 has to come from 1 arrow from each of the indicator. So sometimes you may get this, a second arrow in the same indicator, and this doesn't count, okay? What we want is another arrow in the last indicator. Usually it's in this order: duck, atom, and then turtle. All right? But it doesn't matter which one comes first, as long as 3 green arrows appear. All right, so when there are 3 green arrows, this is technically a bullish or buy signal if you use the system. But of course, to use it efficiently, you have to have technical analysis knowledge. You have to understand the concept behind this TAD system. So just now I said, it is a buy on breakout system. And those of you who know what is what is breakout, then you should know how to differentiate between a good breakout and a poor breakout. For example, if you look here, say turtle breakout or any breakout, it should come with good volume and also firm candle. Good volume meaning on the day of the breakout, volume should be high, because when it's high and there's a breakout, it implies that there are enough buyers to push price upward at that point, and that can potentially start a new uptrend. So other than that, candles must be firm. Okay, so this good volume and firm candles, computers cannot really help you with that. This one you need human intervention. That's why you need to look at the charts yourself. So what do I mean by firm candle? Well, firm candle means candles like this, you see it's very solid. Opens here, close here, no shadow. What about here? All right, so there's a slight shadow there, but the body is still quite firm. These two are okay. But if you get a breakout like this, okay, with candle like this, and the indicator still shows an arrow, but when you open it, you see volume is just meh. Candle is also, whoa, long upper shadow. So this is not firm, which you can actually ignore this signal. Now, let me tell you a bit about why this one is not a firm candle. So we know that if it's green, down here means it's the opening price, up here is the closing price. But what if you have an opening price and closing price that are close to each other, but with a really long upper shadow? This means at 9 a.m. price starts here. And then throughout the day, it went up high over here, but it came back down by 5 p.m. to close down here. Right? So this means at one point during the day, a lot of sellers managed to come in and push prices back down, even after the bulls have pushed them up in the first place. So what this means is for that day is you can say market indecision, because we don't know who won the day, whether it was the bulls or the bears. Okay, but most importantly, it's telling us that sellers managed to come in at one point to push prices back down. Hence, it's not a firm breakout. Okay, so I hope this part is clear. So next, we're going to look at this, how the TAD system works in ideal case. So the indicators, they are separated into three panes. One is over here. This is the turtle. You can see these lines. And then here is the atom. And then down here is the duck. So what's going to happen next is we're going to look for three green arrows, which in this chart, the first one was over here. So in this case, it was the duck first, and then atom, and then turtle. So three green arrows, right? Candles is quite firm. So let's say we take that as a signal and we enter. On the 29th of November 2018. Okay, so now what do we do from here? To enter, we wait for three green arrows. So to exit, we wait for three red arrows. For an example, if we go here, we follow it. There's one red arrow over here in the turtle indicator. What about the atom? There's one over here as well. But what about the duck at this point? Still nothing, so we can ignore this. Then we just stay and stay and stay. Okay, another one. Red arrow from turtle indicator. And then later, okay, there's one in the atom indicator. And then lastly, all right, there's one from the duck indicator. So at this point, there are three red arrows. So hence, that is when we can sell. So in this example, it was on the 6th of May, 2019. So imagine you have 50 or maybe 100,000 ringgit capital, you diversify, which for this stock, you only put 10,000 ringgit. So just by following the system and you follow the signal, you could make 18,000 ringgit or 180% in 5.3 months. Sounds good? Yeah, I know it's a bit of a wait. Some would say long term because it took a few months. Later I'll show you why it is like that. Okay, but just to tell you right now, once you rip your profit from here after waiting for 5.3 months, what do you do next? You wait for a new signal to re-enter. Okay, so in ideal case, this is how the TAD system work. So just one more example before I explain more in depth. So this is Becca, an old example. So in this case, there were 3 green arrows over here. The signal was here on the 5th of August, 2020. Oh, 2020. It was during the time where the gloves rallied, and so did the technology. Everything else went down. So the TAD system helped us to filter out this kind of stock. Okay, so continuing with this, again, we follow the arrows. Over here, there was one red arrow, another here, another red arrow, but in the dark, there's no red arrow. So meaning we can ignore this, and then we just wait and wait. And if you were to hold it until here, this chart was screenshot on the 28th of May in 2021. If you still had it at that time with 10,000 ringgit inside the stock, you would make around 29,000 ringgit or 295% return in 9.9 months. Okay, so at this point, I hope you understand how the TAD system works ideally. Now let me switch things up a bit. So the TAD system by itself, it's a buy and hold system in simple term. But in a more technical term, it is a position trading system. But with technical analysis knowledge, you mix other techniques like Fibonacci, chart patterns, it can also become a swing trading system. So let me show you how. So first, of course, follow the 3 green arrows. So in this case, it was the atom first. The arrow's a bit off, I believe. This is supposed to be the duck first and then atom. All right. Then the last one was the turtle. Okay. So how to make this swing trading? Now, first you have to understand what is a swing. When the market moves up and down like this, okay, this is an uptrend. If you were to hold from here until over here, okay, for a few months, you are doing position trading. But what if, okay, you are doing this? You just want to capture this momentum. All right. Okay. Okay, this string momentum. So this short windows, in technical term, we call it swing, upward swing. So swing traders, they want to capture this swing. Timing is important. Momentum is also important. So for swing traders, even though overall this stock is uptrending, they won't simply enter because they don't want to be inside when it swings downward. All right. So in this case, over here is the swing, an upward swing. And this is what swing traders want to capture. So they have the TAD system telling them, okay, this is a signal based on TAD. If you know chart patterns, you can combine with chart patterns or even basic trend line. For example, you draw a trend line, there's a trend line breakout, and the timing coincides with the TAD breakout. So this gives you additional confirmation. So if you're to take this signal and you enter, okay, at the, let's say we take the closing price. So what's next? After you set your stop loss and everything, it's important to know when to get up when you are right, where to take profit. So in this case, you could have taken profit, okay, it's at it's blocked a bit here. It's at 2.66 around this level over here. So how did they come up with this number? It's based on Fibonacci projection. Okay, so I believe this was the 100% Fibonacci projection level. Okay, so with this, in position trading, you either sell at target or when you see momentum is weakening. So in this case, it was at target. So for swing traders, you would have made 43% in 15 days, or 4.3 thousand ringgit in 15 days with just 10,000 ringgit capital. So this is for swing trading. What about position trading? What if you continue to hold? Okay, well, if you're to hold until today, this was the price sometime earlier. Okay, so you would be having an unrealized gain of 56%, but in 98 days. Okay, it's quite long because position trading, you're holding it for longer term. So if you see, if you use TAD system by itself, most of the time it's just position trading. But if you mix it with other techniques, chart patterns, Fibonacci, you can make it to become a swing trading position. So that's why technical analysis knowledge is important. So another example here on PMB Tech. So we have a signal here and here. So as of 29th of July, the signal was here with the closing price at 2 ringgit and 94 cents. Okay, so once we enter, if we were to use Fibonacci projection, in this case, all right, it was at 4 ringgit and 4 cents. So this was a profit of 37% in 40 days. Okay, so just now, previously it was 14 days, now it's 40 days. It's just a few weeks extra, but that's also swing trading because you just want to ride this momentum. Now, here's the thing. Some people may ask, why not sell at the peak? Okay, this is because you won't know, it's difficult to know where the peak is. So the best you can do is set a target, okay, early, or you sell when you see a price is weakening. So in this example, it was sold at Fibonacci projection target. So having targets, yes, one downside is that you may take profit slightly a bit early. If you see here, you might miss this portion. But if you do it in the long run, your trading accuracy is better. There's more confirmation, more accuracy for you to take profit. Okay, so that's swing trading. Now we proceed further. What if one is to continue to hold? So if you're to hold until 26th of October, actually, this is a typo. So your profit would be around 44% in 89 days. Okay, quite long, but that's position trading. So another example here on SFP Tech. So I believe this is one of the best, if not the best, performing stocks within the IPO categories some time ago. So over here, we only have the atom and turtle because it was still new. There was not enough price data for the duck to be formed. So we just followed these two. Okay, take the closing price. So in this case, if you cannot use Fibonacci or chart patterns, you want to try and buy and hold for position trade. Okay, and until today, you will get 156% in 62 days. But keep in mind, this kind of percentages are only more likely to be achievable if you are trading stocks that are cheap like this, because when the stock is cheaper, in terms of percentage, they can increase more easily. Okay, take note on that. But the thing here is that the TD system allows you to pick stocks that are gaining momentum timely, provided that you use it correctly. Okay, so after showing you the examples of the TD system, how it works, what techniques you can mix to make it better to suit your trading needs, now we go to the stocks to watch for today with the TD system. And this time, let's use the SI station. So I'm going to pull out my share message station over here. Okay, and then see what's going on. All right, so when I checked with my colleagues, he said just now, not too long ago, glove stocks had some movement. So I think let's take a look at that first. So glove stocks, maybe we can look at Supermax. Let's see. So for Supermax, TD breakup was on the 6th of October. It was this candle. Okay, volume was high. Currently, price is having some short-term rally, I can see overall. And then before the TD breakout, or should I say, during the TD breakout, it also coincided with the trendline breakout over here. Volume was also high. So that increased the chance for stock to make a rally. In this case, if it's overall downtrending, a rebound. So short term is rebounding, but even in a shorter term, if you look from here, the latest high, okay, is currently taking a rest, consolidating. So since it's consolidating after a rally, now we have to wait and see whether price is going to break out upward or downward. So Supermax, just monitor for the time being. Let's see whichever happens, then we react. Next one here, I think he also mentioned what was it? Kosan. So Kosan, let's see. For Kosan, similar to Supermax in terms of how it triggered the TAD breakout signal. They were both triggered on the 6th of October and with a trendline breakout. It's just that for Kosan, volume was not that impressive. Okay, probably looks low because of this volume over here. So let me try and hide it. Okay, let me just try and hide that volume. Okay, so we can see on this day, the day of the breakout, okay, volume is somewhat higher, but if you compare it with the previous days, okay, it is not so significant. All right. And what we are looking at right now is it's just a less intense of a rally compared to Supermax. So in short term rebounding, what is it doing currently? Moving sideways is what I see. Okay. Other than that, let's take a look at Adventa. Okay, so Adventa as well, it just triggered the TAD breakout slightly later. Okay, oh, this one has high volume, that's good. But one thing if you notice is, for Adventa, this is a support turned resistance. And true enough, at one point, price tried to break above this resistance, but it didn't manage to. And it went downward instead. So it's technically speaking, short term it's overall bullish because it went upward, but right now it's taking a rest. If you look at a shorter time period. Okay, so now we're gonna see until when it's gonna rest, whether it will go down lower or will it try to attempt again to break this support turn resistance around 73 cents. All right, other than that, there's Care Plus. So Care Plus, also similar. There was a TAD breakout at one point with high volume. And okay, from what I see, to put it in one sentence is that this selective glove stocks, after triggering TAD breakout, technically speaking, they are short-term bullish because they did rally. But if we look at a few weeks ago, they are currently resting. Okay, just from the recent high. If we look at from that time period onward, they're currently resting. Now we have to see whether they will reattempt to break its all high, or will it continue to retrace lower and break support? Keep in mind that most of these glove stocks, if you look at the bigger picture, they are still overall in a downtrend. Okay, so that's why the TD breakouts in between can be only a rebound first, unless there are stronger signs of an uptrend, like higher high, higher low. Just like the one over here, Supermax. Okay, Supermax as well. So I kept saying short-term bullish because overall it is still in a downtrend. Okay, take note of this. This is very important. You may be right, you may be correct now, but later, if not fast enough, then you may be wrong in terms of making your trades. Okay, so always take into account of the overall picture as well. So for glove stocks, selective glove stocks, that's my view based on technical analysis. Right now, they're making a temporary play, okay, a rebound, but keep in mind, as long as there's no high high, high low formation, they are likely to continue to move down in a downtrend, in a longer term view. Okay, so those are the stocks to watch for today. So now we continue back with the slides. Okay. So in before the Q&A, just want to let you all know, in F1 Academy, we teach both academic and practical and technical analysis. Okay, so we can fulfill both your needs for academic and practical. And this is the recent product we've just launched, which is the F1 computerized stock trading course. So the cool thing about this is not only you have more than 30 learning videos relating to the Malaysian stock market, technical analysis, money management, and so on. Okay, the price is discounted by a lot, and this is a payday sale. And another thing is that this is pre-recorded, meaning you don't have to wait for any particular intake before you join. Since it's pre-recorded, you can watch it at any time and anywhere, meaning you can also start at any time and anywhere, as long as if you have your laptop with you or your phone with you with good Wi-Fi. All right, so this is for those who want, practical trading needs. Those who are busy as well, you can just watch it at your own sweet time. But for those who are more serious, for academic and practical, you want to have a career in this, we also have a payday sale, okay, for the professional certificate in financial technical analysis. Okay, so this time we have an installment plan up to 24 months or 794 ringgit per month. Okay, so this course is for who? It's for those who want to have improved trading skills and better knowledge. Okay, these are the 5 reasons. You can look at it. As for me, I myself was a student. What I wanted was this. Okay, let me just circle it for you. If you can see. Okay, you know what? I'll just show here. What I wanted was this, better understanding, and I wanted to have a career in this line, so I needed a qualification. Okay, this 3, 4, and 5, no plans yet for that, but who knows? But if you have a reason to go for this, okay, then you should. And just to share with you also, our latest result for the STA UK exam, okay, it was 93% passes in STA paper 1. 6 of them were distinction. For paper 2, in the whole world, only 3 students got distinctions. Okay, and 2 of them came from our academy. So if you're interested, you can contact. Okay, if you're interested to have your beside your name to have the MSTA UK and CFTE US title and to be in good companies, you can hurry up and register and contact us from this TAD hotline. Okay, so now we're gonna look at the Q&As. Open to the floor. Okay, we have one here. One Rushdie. How about CWG and GHL Let me take a look there. Okay, hold on. CWG. I think I looked at this before, okay? One thing you have to know about technical analysis is that technical analysis works best in liquid instrument or liquid stocks. So liquid means there are many traders, buyers and sellers trading the stocks. So as a result, there is some movement in the stock for traders to trade. So how to know whether it's illiquid or not? In terms of charts, you have to look at the candles. So if you see, okay, let me show you one good example. If you look in the past, you see there's a lot of empty spaces in between, dashes, one line like that is illiquid. Even here, you can see there's not much movement. When it goes up, it comes back down, up and down, up and down. It's very flat. So because of that, it's illiquid. Technical analysis is not suitable. But if you still insist that you want a view on it, okay, still can. It's not wrong. Just keep in mind that it's illiquid. So at one glance, TAD is telling us that it's bearish here based on the 3 red arrows. And also, you can see that currently it's still making overall lower highs and lower low. Even the previous low was broken. So with that, technically speaking, it is bearish. So next, GHL, okay, SYS. All right, so for this, it's more liquid than the previous stock, but even at one glance, we can see that TAD is telling us that it is bearish. Look at all the red arrows here. And also price is still heading downward. Let me zoom out and see if you can find any support. This is an old low support, currently broken as well. Or if you're to take this as an area instead of an exact level, okay, then you can just monitor a bit. Okay. So you can say in one way there is some support there, but still be careful. Overall, it's still downtrending, meaning cheap can get cheaper. Although yes, it may have found a support. All right, next from Kong Cheng Yat, Dayang. So Dayang in 2018 or 19, I remember it was I traded it. It was good, but recently it did fall under my radar. I'm sure there's a reason why. Probably because there's it wasn't as good as before. Candles are just quite okay, a bit blockish, but quite okay. Okay, but never mind that. Let's just follow TAD. So what does the TAD system say? So TAD says the latest signal is 1, 2, 3. So as of this day, there was a TAD breakout. Okay, it was on the 29th of July. Ever since, it's been uptrending. Okay, so technically speaking, it is still bullish. So where is the next breakout level? The latest high is at 120 cents. So if price is able to break out above this level firmly, then there's a chance to rally further. So until where can it possibly rally? For this, we refer back to the charts. So we may use old highs, okay, to find it. If there isn't any, we can use Fibonacci. So in this example, we can draw it like this. You can start from a significant low, okay, project it to a stretch, the next stretch. Okay, maybe over here, and then to the next low. Okay, the idea is there are many ways. This is just guideline. You want to find this kind of movement, zigzag, zigzag. Okay, for me, preferably, I like to choose the recent rally, recent pullback. Okay, so based on Fibonacci, if price continues to rally, it may or may not test. The first golden ratio is here, 1.24. Okay, so for now, just to be safe, keep an eye on that level first, but price has to first break out firmly. Okay, other than that, Artronic and SDS. Let's take a look from Kyung Chu. Okay. Typo. Artronic. Okay. So let's see Artronic. I think previously I commented that it was potentially forming a smaller rounding bottom over here. But if not, it could potentially forming a bigger one if we look at it like this. Okay, so now we go back to TAD. So based on TAD and technical analysis, the three green arrows first appeared on this day, 6th of September. Technically speaking, it's been bullish ever since. Okay, despite stocks moving sideways over here, there was a spike here, then price went down again. Okay, we just be careful with that. But the thing about rounding bottom is, if this is indeed a rounding bottom starts off with downtrend, and then it goes sideways. On the right-hand side of the rounding bottom is where price is mostly bullish when it starts to go into an uptrend. All right, so now we have a potential rounding bottom. It's still going more and more to the right-hand side. So now we have to see if there will be any signs of a new rally or a new uptrend. In terms of TAD, it's already hinting us there's some bullish bias going on. Okay, so we just monitor. But in terms of timing, is there momentum now? There isn't any. Okay, and in terms of Fibonacci, the first resistance to be tested and was tested previously was around this level, 72 or 71 cents. Okay, so now we just wait and see how it goes. Next one, SDS. Okay, for SDS, three green arrows over here. Previous one was a whipsaw, all right? But when there was enough momentum, okay, it is a successful one. So over here, this was the first signal, 11th of August. Ever since, it has been rallying. technically speaking, it is still bullish. Right now, it could be taking a rest after yesterday's spike. Okay. In terms of Fibonacci, if you were to draw it like this, okay, this is the first golden ratio. All right. So this one here tells us that if price continues to rally, the next you can say resistance or target to be tested based on Fibonacci projection is around 73 cents. All this is just technical analysis based. All right. So that's the view, my view based on technical analysis. Next, we have from Nur Iman, SFP Tech and Synergen. Okay, let's take a look. SFP Tech. Let me just clear the drawings a bit. Okay, so this is the IPO stocks I was talking about just now. So let's see what's going on here. Turtle breakout was triggered here. Then it's been rallying ever since. Recently, there have been red arrows here in the turtle indicator as well as the atom losing momentum. But it stays above the 50 EMA. Just for your information, we use 50 EMAs a lot, okay, to look for potential support. Let's see if it can coincide with Fibonacci retracement support. All right, in this case, it nicely tested this level. Okay, the timing was nice. It was with 50 EMA. I believe this stretch downward also should be okay with stochastic. Okay, and there you go. All right, so after a rally, this nice downward stretch tested the 50 EMA. The timing was nice, coincided with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement support. And then one day later, also, there was a bullish crossover from the stochastic. So what does this mean? Okay, this is not a breakout. This is, you can say price found a support and it is potentially rebounding. Okay, so from here, we have to monitor and see whether price can sustain this overall rally or not. If it can, then it will continue to resume upward. Otherwise, if it breaks down, then, well, that's the end of the whole rally. Okay, so let me just be more, give you more information here. Current turtle support is here. Okay, recent latest high was here. Around, is that 1 ringgit and 91 cents. So the thing about rebounds is that if it's a breakout, there's a high chance for it to, just rally. But if you look at a rebound after price find support, usually two things happen if support is not broken. One is price rebounds and rally straight away. Second thing is that price may rebound slightly, then consolidate first, and then maybe break out upward again. Okay, so just take it easy with SFP Tech. And then some more, let it rest because it has rallied previously. All right. So what's the other one just now? Synergen. Okay, for Synergen, let's take a look. Previously, there was a turtle breakout here, and just now I saw my annotation. It was an up gap here. That has done a nice stretch over here. But what about how it's currently doing now? Let's take a look at TAD. Red arrow, red arrow, red arrow. Okay, so currently based on TAD, it is bearish. Okay, so that's just my view based on TA and TAD system. So next from Lawrence Lee, SFP Tech, already given. Fatima, okay, hi, so Afnan for SFP Tech or other IPO this year. If Atom and Turtle Signal appear to buy, is it okay to re-enter? Okay, first you have to understand how TAD system works. So buy and breakout system and also a trend following system. And they have to have a certain amount of price data in order for all three indicators to show some information. In the case of IPO stocks, like let's pull out SFP Tech. Oh, wait, hold on. You said re-enter. So I'm assuming it's entering again after the three red arrows appear, right? Okay, if that's the case, based on our rule and how the TD system is designed, you have to wait for all three red arrows. Okay, dot is just to show the underlying trend. Atom is to show potential breakout. Turtle is the timing of the breakout. So if you understand this, then you would know that you have to wait for all three green arrows to appear. Okay, this one because you're asking for re-enter. But if it's just enter IPO stocks, turtle is good enough. Okay, turtle is good enough. It's just that once you have enough price data, use all three indicators. All right, next one. From one Rushdie. What about Yuli and UMC? Okay. If this is the last question, then we'll end it after this. Otherwise, you guys can send just a few more. All right, IPO. There's Turtle, Breakout, TD, and everything. All right. But remember what I said earlier? Technical analysis works best works best in liquid instrument or liquid stock. So in this case, to me, the candles are illiquid because, well, you see, it's quite blockish. There's minimal movement. Some people, they call it, this is just a slang, not a real technical analysis term, Great Wall of China, because it's very, very flat. So like this, I would avoid to use technical analysis approach on this. Okay, but if you want information based on charts, it's okay. Information based on chart, old high or the all-time high is at 335. Turtle support is at 255. The latest three arrows from the TAD system is okay, green here, and green here. Okay, but then again, keep in mind this is quite an illiquid stock. Next, we have UMC. All right, let's take a look at UMC. For a while, it was a nice stock, okay, until recently, TAD is showing red arrows. Okay, so here you can see that there has been a nice stretch, right? There has been a nice stretch, even based on chart pattern analysis, bullish pattern breakout, it has hit its target. Okay, so then price rested, but it one day broke the support and went lower. And in fact, TAD is currently showing red arrows. So with that, UMC is technically speaking bearish. All right, so that's my view based on technical analysis. These are just views, yeah? It's not recommendation or advices or anything. All I'm saying is facts based on technical analysis. So with this information, I hope you guys can learn something about technical analysis. Now you know a bit what is Fibonacci. You know that technical analysis works best in liquid market, okay, and so on. So if there's no more questions, I'll end it here. So thank you everyone for joining. Hope you guys again learned something useful here and hope you have received useful information, okay, for yourselves. So right now the market, okay, sentiment is still dampened, but recently there's been slight improvement after the dissolution of parliament. But then again, as chartists, we believe that market action discounts everything. So we just look at price chart to know how the market's sentiment is. So from there, we act accordingly. So all right, my name is Afnan. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Trading bukan untuk hanya untuk exam tu. Best. This 3 months course will be a perfect for a person who serious. It's really worth it. Can you imagine? I would never think that everything that I receive now is more than what I can get. Not only one system, I have 4 and 5 systems.
The reason why I take this SPA course is actually because I want to trade better, to make more money. I would be able to take the Society of Technical Analyst exam from UK. It's a personality that I'm looking forward to.
Time cycle, the Gann theory. Of course, the other one is Ichimoku. I don't really learn before. Market profile, Ichimoku, Elliott Wave, definitely.
Recommended.
Highly recommend the course. I highly recommend it.
Oh, come and join the class. It's very, very good. It really works. Come, join us.
Hi everyone.